In this video we've got quite a lot to cover, so I'm going to keep it fairly condensed. Link to the full development update in the notes below. We'll be having a look at the details on World Update 13, the upcoming ATR series. And yes, Microsoft will be at FSExpo in June. And your comments on WASM for Xbox. This is the Sim Hanger. My name is Mark. Thank you very much for watching, and let's get started. My thanks to flightsimbuilder for sponsoring this video. I personally use their GNS 530-430 unit and recommend them. flightsimbuilder provides navigational units such as the GNS 530, 430 and G1000 of high quality that look and feel like the real units. I've done a review on the 530, link in the notes below. They truly are plug and play, very reasonably priced in comparison to the competition. I genuinely like these products. Visit their website, link in the notes below. A review on their G1000 unit coming up soon, and note the links are not affiliated. Microsoft's Jörg Newman announced that World Update 13 will be Oceania, but that's not all. Antarctica and Hawaii are thrown in for good measure. Oceania, as you'd expect, will cover islands such as Fiji, Kiribati and so on, but this update also encompasses Papua New Guinea, Indonesia, Guam and many others. And as mentioned before, both Hawaii and Antarctica. Gotta be honest, I was expecting something from the South American continent, although secretly hoping that Africa would get a look in. I had previously heard rumours of Colombia, but clearly I got that wrong. Any guesses for what World Update 14 may have in store for us? I've no idea. From what was said during the development update, work is fairly well advanced, but of course the above numbers will change as further development takes place up to release, and that's going to be sometime around 24th April, but again subject to change. What this update will do is give us a real mixture of both built up and isolated areas to explore. Easter Island, for example. And being a bush flyer, well, I'm definitely heading back to Papua New Guinea and Hawaii. The development work is being undertaken by Orbix, with Gaia Simulations doing most of the points of interest. And there's an absolute ton of POIs compared to previous updates. At this stage, something around 150. This must be some considerable undertaking, as the area to be covered is absolutely vast. And from the looks of it, we're going to get a real mix of the old and the new. From modern high-rise buildings to the older temples, a mixture of both modern and ancient. And some of those faraway isolated places are going to get the Gaia touch, which is great as it brings the world even more alive. World Update 13 coming to PC and Xbox towards the end of April. In terms of aircraft, we've already got local legends and famous flyers, and in tandem with World Update 13, they'll be bringing in their first of their Expert Series aircraft, and it'll be none other than the long-awaited ATR 42 and ATR 72-600 series, being developed by Hans Hartmann. The Expert Series of aircraft is to have a much deeper systems integration and is primarily aimed at the simmer that wants to flick every switch and turn every knob, and Hans Hartmann gave us an indication of what we can expect during the development update. Reminder, link in the notes below. The only thing that won't be modelled, unfortunately, is failures due apparently to licensing limitations with ATR themselves. I know many of you are looking forward to the release of this payware aircraft, due for release at the same time as World Update 13. Noticeable by their absence in 2022, but both Microsoft and Asobo will be in attendance at Sim Expo 2023, being held in Houston, Texas, from the 23rd to the 25th of June. Link to Sim Expo in the notes below the video.
We booked a nice big space on the floor, which is going to be cool, and Seb committed to coming, which is also wonderful. There is a idea to invite some of our dear first-party developers. Maybe Hans will come, maybe Oliver will come. I think maybe Fernando will come, and people like that. So it's because it should be a celebration. I think that's what I fully get about the expo, that it's a celebration of simulation, and I think we want to be there, and it's going to be great to meet you all.
Looking at the current floor plan for the exhibition, and Jörg having confirmed they've booked a stand, This area here seems like the most likely candidate for Microsoft and Asobo. Are you going? Let me know in the comments below. There was also discussion on a number of aspects addressed in Sim Update 12, as well as a number of high-profile issues that were still being addressed, such as the lost connection and low bandwidth messages, which according to Asobo are still being tracked. But on WASM for Xbox, Jorg had the following to say.
I think this is a momentous moment, at least at Microsoft we think about it this way, because this has never been done before. And I think it represents a major highlight for consoles in general. And you should take just a moment. It's because of the flight sim community that is changing. You can now run native code in the sandbox on a console. That allows creators to do a lot more things than in the past on consoles. And it's because of the creators on the flight sim community that this change is coming. I predict this will go to other game products, hopefully other sim products. And it's just the beginning of something. I think it's huge, and we should track how that is really going to change the ecosystem. But I'm super happy how this all came together. So we did a great job making it work.
Various discussions were held on the other points raised, as well as 2 Q&A sessions. Coverage of all the issues is beyond the scope of this video, which is designed to be short and to the point. A link to the nearly 2-hour presentation is in the notes below the video. We'll end off with a quick look at the roadmap for 2023. And as we can see, there's a whole lot more in store for us simmers throughout the rest of the year. And yes, with Microsoft Flight Simulator, we do have our frustrations and occasional setbacks. But that aside, we simmers have never had it so good. So much development, communication, and just sheer unadulterated passion. I'm loving it, and I'm guessing you are too, if you're watching this video. Thanks as always for joining me today. I hope you found it useful and informative. Stay well, look after yourselves. I'll see you again soon. Something exciting coming up. Bye for now.